Have you ever wondered how to create your own GPT bot? Perhaps you've heard of GPT or Generative Pre-trained Transformer, but aren't quite sure what it means or how it's utilized. Well, let's take a moment to demystify it. GPT is an artificial intelligence program designed for understanding and generating human-like text. It's a marvel in the realm of natural language processing, capable of writing essays, answering questions, translating languages, and even drafting poetry. But it doesn't stop there. GPT is also capable of more technical feats like writing code or creating business strategies. What makes GPT truly remarkable is its ability to learn and adapt. It's like a sponge soaking up vast amounts of information and using it to generate new, coherent, and contextually appropriate responses. It's trained on a diverse range of internet text, but it doesn't know specifics about who wrote each piece of information it has absorbed. This makes it a neutral and versatile tool, capable of simulating a wide variety of writing styles and tones. Now imagine having your own personalized GPT bot, fine-tuned to your specific needs and style. Whether you're a writer seeking a creative companion, a business professional needing a smart assistant, or a developer aiming to create the next big AI application, a custom GPT bot offers endless possibilities. You could have a bot that knows your writing style inside out and helps you draft and edit your next novel. Or perhaps a bot that understands your business's language, helping to generate reports or answer customer inquiries. The options are as wide as your imagination, but how do you go about creating such a bot? Well, that's exactly what we're here to explore. We're going to take you through the process of creating your own GPT bot, from the initial setup to defining its rules and tone, and even how to feed it the right knowledge to make it truly yours. So are you ready to step into a world where AI meets creativity, productivity, and personalization? Let's dive into the process of creating your own GPT bot. First things first, you need to know how to use the Create a GPT function. It's like the cornerstone of your GPT customization journey. So where can you find this function? It's conveniently located within your GPT dashboard, specifically under the My Model section. You'll see a button that says Create a GPT. Click on that, and you're off to the races. Now what happens when you use it? Well, your screen will populate with a variety of options for customization. It's like an artist's palette, but for AI. You'll see areas where you can input your GPT's name, description, and even upload an image. Think of this as the birth certificate of your AI model. But remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and your GPT won't be either. This is just the first step, a small but mighty leap into the world of AI customization. Once you've initiated the Create a GPT function, you're ready to start customizing. Now, let's set off on the exciting journey of customization. The first step in this process is choosing a name for your bot. You might be thinking, a name? That's it? But hold your horses. The name you choose for your bot isn't just a label. It's the first impression users will get of your creation. It's your bot's calling card. It's handshake, it's hello. So choose a name that's memorable, unique, and relevant to what your bot does or represents. Next up is setting the language for your bot. This is another crucial decision because it determines not only how your bot communicates, but also who it can communicate with. If you're creating a bot for an international audience, you might want to opt for English, the lingua franca of the digital world. But if your audience is more localized, say in Italy or Japan, you might want to set your bot's language to Italian or Japanese. Remember, the goal is to make your bot as user-friendly as possible. Now you might be wondering, can I change the name and language later? And the answer is yes, you absolutely can. But it's always a good idea to have a clear plan from the get-go, so you can build your bot with purpose and direction. Think of these initial choices as the bedrock upon which you'll construct the rest of your bot's personality and capabilities. And that's it for the first steps in creating your custom GPT bot. Simple, right? But don't be fooled. These initial decisions can have a big impact on your bot's usability and appeal, so choose wisely. After these initial steps, you can start to give your bot some personality. But we'll get into that in the next section, so stay tuned. The journey of customization has only just begun. A picture is worth 1,000 words, and a good description can set the tone for your bot. That's why, in this part of the process, we'll be focusing on giving your bot a proper identity through a fitting image and a compelling description. First, let's delve into the description. You see, the description is essentially your bot's elevator pitch. It's a succinct summary that gives users a quick overview of what your bot does, its capabilities, and its purpose. It's the first impression, and we all know how vital that can be. So when crafting your bot's description, make sure it's concise, informative, and engaging. Think about your bot's key traits and features, and showcase them in a way that's appealing and easy to understand. Now, let's move on to the image. The image you choose for your bot is like the cover of a book, a visual representation of its character. It's not just about looking good, it's about creating an identity that aligns with your bot's purpose and personality. So whether it's a logo, an avatar, or a symbol, choose an image that complements your bot's description and resonates with your intended users. Remember, consistency is key, so ensure your image and description complement each other. Think of these elements as your bot's personal brand. They're the first things users will see and read, and they set the tone for all future interactions. They can make your bot seem friendly, professional, quirky, or serious. They can make users feel at ease, intrigued, or excited. They're not just decorative or functional elements, they're powerful tools that can greatly influence how users perceive and interact with your bot. So take your time, play around with different descriptions and images until you find the perfect combination that truly represents your bot's identity. This is your chance to make your bot more than just a tool or a feature, but a unique, engaging, and memorable entity. With a name, description, and image, your bot is starting to come to life. And we're just getting started. So let's move on to the next step, defining the rules and tone for your GPT. Now it's time to lay down the law and set the mood. We're moving on to a crucial aspect of personalizing your GPT, generative pre-trained transformer. Defining the rules and tone. These elements are instrumental in shaping your bot's personality and the way it interacts with users. First up, let's talk about rules. In essence, rules lay down the boundaries for your bot. They guide its behavior and responses. For instance, you might want to set a rule that your bot should always maintain a formal tone, or that it should avoid certain topics. Remember, these guidelines aren't just for show. They play a vital role in ensuring your bot adheres to ethical standards and maintains a user-friendly demeanor. Now, moving on to the tone. The tone is the voice of your bot, its personality. This is where you get to decide whether your bot is going to be friendly and informal, professional and concise, or somewhere in between. The tone you choose will influence how your bot communicates, so it's essential to align it with the purpose of your bot. If you're designing a customer service bot for a bank, a formal tone might be appropriate. But if it's a bot for a casual chat forum, a more relaxed tone could work better. The beauty of GPT is its flexibility. You can tweak and alter the rules and tone until you find the perfect balance that suits your needs. But remember, consistency is key. A bot that suddenly switches from formal to casual can be jarring for users. So once you've decided on a tone, stick with it. In the end, defining rules and tone is a bit like parenting. You're setting boundaries and shaping a personality. But unlike kids, bots are much more compliant. They'll follow the rules to the letter and maintain the tone you've set, ensuring a consistent user experience. With the rules and tone set, you're ready to build your bot's knowledge base. This is the foundation upon which your bot will learn, grow, and interact. So take your time, think it through, and make the best choices for your bot. Knowledge is power, and your bot needs to be powerful. So how exactly do we give our bot this power? By uploading documents to its knowledge base, of course. The knowledge base is your bot's library, its source of information. It's where the bot goes to draw from when it needs to answer questions, provide information, or engage in meaningful conversation. Now you might be wondering, what kind of documents can I upload? Well, pretty much anything that's text-based. You can upload PDFs, Word documents, text files, and even HTML files. These could be user manuals, FAQs, articles, or any other document that contains relevant information. But how do we go about uploading these documents? It's actually pretty simple. You just need to navigate to the knowledge base section of your bot's dashboard. From there, you'll find an Upload Document button. Click on it, select your document, and voila! Your document is now part of your bot's knowledge base. The real magic happens after you've uploaded your document. The bot will automatically analyze the document, extracting key information and organizing it into a format it can easily access and understand. This process, known as knowledge extraction, is what turns your documents into a usable knowledge base. Remember, the more relevant documents you upload, the more knowledgeable your bot becomes. It's like training a new employee. The more they learn, the better they perform. So don't be shy about uploading as many documents as you can. But do keep in mind, it's not just about quantity, it's also about quality. The more relevant and accurate the information in your documents, the better your bot will be at providing useful, accurate responses. Once you've uploaded your documents, it's also a good idea to periodically review and update your knowledge base. As your business evolves, so should your bot's knowledge. Regularly adding new documents and removing outdated ones keeps your bot's knowledge base fresh and relevant. With a well-stocked knowledge base, your bot is almost ready to go. But we're not quite done yet. In our next section, we'll be talking about how to set your bot's features. So stay tuned. Now let's fine-tune your bot's capabilities. Just like a seasoned musician tuning their instrument before a grand performance, we too need to fine-tune our GPT bot's features to ensure a harmonious interaction. As we delve into the settings, we'll explore how to adjust the bot's response time and other features that can enhance the user's experience. Imagine your bot as a performer on the digital stage. The response time is how quickly this performer reacts to the audience's prompts. A slower response time can give the illusion of a thoughtful, considerate bot, taking its time to craft a comprehensive answer. But be careful not to slow it down too much. You wouldn't want your audience to lose interest waiting for the response. On the other hand, a faster response time can make your bot seem quick-witted and immediate, but it might also appear less thoughtful. Next up, we have the bot's knowledge base. This is essentially the bot's brain, where it pulls its responses from. You can choose to limit this knowledge base to specific documents or expand it to include a wide range of information. It's like choosing the genre of music our performer plays. Do we want a specialized jazz musician or a versatile cover artist? Then we have the option to set the bot's language and the level of creativity. The language is, of course, the medium of communication. The level of creativity, however, is how much freedom the bot has to construct responses. A high level of creativity means the bot can generate more original and diverse responses, while a low level keeps the bot's responses more straightforward and to the point. Lastly, we can set the bot's politeness. Yes, you heard it right. We can actually adjust how polite or direct our bot is. A more polite bot may use softer language and more hedging phrases, while a more direct bot gets straight to the point. With the features set, there's just one more step before your bot is ready to chat. Let's give your bot a voice with some conversation starters. Now that your GPT bot is all set up, it's time to guide its interactions with users. Conversation starters are essentially the icebreakers that initiate dialogues between the bot and the users. They can be questions, statements, or greetings, anything that sparks a conversation. To set them up, navigate to the Conversation Starters section in your dashboard. Here, you can add a variety of prompts. Think about what your users might want to talk about or ask. For instance, if your bot is for a movie recommendation service, a good starter could be, "Tell me about your favorite movie genre." Remember, the goal here is to make your bot as engaging and interactive as possible. Try to keep the conversation starters open-ended to encourage users to interact more with your bot. With conversation starters in place, your bot is ready to engage. Congratulations, your bot is ready. Now, let's make sure it's saved and ready to go. You've poured time and effort into creating your custom GPT, so it's crucial to ensure all your hard work isn't lost. Just as you would save a document, you need to save your bot. This step is straightforward but essential. On the top right corner, you'll find the Save button. Click on it and your bot's settings are securely stored. But don't just stop there. Always double-check to ensure that your changes have been properly applied. You can do this by running a few test commands or initiating a conversation with your bot. This will help you confirm that all your customizations, from the description to the tone, have been implemented correctly, and there you have it. You've created your own GPT bot. Now let's put it to work.